with the Central Bank of Nigeria unveiling the first batch of beneficiaries of the 100 for 100 policy on production and productivity that targets 100 benefiting bankable projects every 100 days in the real sector of the economy. And the National Council on Privatization approving the Bureau of Public Enterprises 2022 work plan with plans to execute 42 transactions in the year. The Nigeria Investment Promotion Council, in its April 2021 Opportunities and Incentives Report, disclosed that Nigeria's textile and cotton industry at the time was the second largest in Africa. Nigeria can tap from the world's $38.45 billion cotton industry if she harnesses the potentials of the sector of the agricultural sector. What is the state of cotton and textile industry in Nigeria? What are the prospects? Details awaits you in this episode of Business 24. Our CEO of the week is about something sparkling. Don't just be too curious to know, as we will definitely unveil this later in the program. Our export tips and capital markets review segments are highly informative. This is the focus on this package. I am Shikeola Ipinaye. Welcome to Business 24. Welcome back and straight to business. The National Council on Privatization, chaired by the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, has approved the Bureau of Public Enterprises 2022 work plan, which will see it execute 42 transactions in the year. The transactions are 11 in the energy sector, 10 in the industries and services sector, 8 in the agriculture and natural services sector, and 13 in the infrastructure and public-private partnership sector. The Council also approved 2022 revenue and expenditure of the Bureau, including the 2022 work plan risk and mitigation plans. The Central Bank of Nigeria has unveiled the first batch of beneficiaries of the 100 for 100 policy on production and productivity that targets 100 benefiting bankable projects every 100 days in the real sector. The central bank governor on the occasion also disclosed a new foreign exchange bidding regime to ease market pressure.
We are committed to it because we think that it is only one way through which we can truly grow this economy. It is only one way through which we can create jobs for our people. It is only one way through which we can reduce imports, stimulate exports for the good of our people and the good of the country.
The cotton industry in Nigeria has the potential to turn around the Nigerian economy by creating jobs and serving as foreign exchange earner. However, ignorance on the part of the unemployed population, as well as inability of relevant stakeholders to key into the potential of the industry, has led to the underutilization of the industry and its value chain. Alika Okpanachi-Arowa will tell us more about this.
Guinea, spinning, oil mill, textiles, and fashion design and garment making are stages of the value chain in the industry where jobs continues to be created, provided the country has a friendly and enabling business environment.
If you look at America, the economy of America was boosted by cotton cultivation in Texas. Today, in Wase and Lantern North and South, the total land there is enough to produce cotton that will feed the whole of Africa all the cloths they require. And I can assure you that in the whole of Africa, apart from Zimbabwe and South Africa, there is nowhere in Africa that they have cropped cotton up to 2,000 hectares on the land. But here, we have succeeded in doing it on 5,000 hectares. And you can see the cotton everywhere. The only problem we are going to have is mechanizing the harvesting. If we succeed in mechanizing the harvesting, then we are there. Because with the cotton, gineries will erupt, textile industries will erupt, and that is the revolution we are talking about, and the replacement and the diversification from oil that we are talking about.
It is obvious that the industry experiences challenges at different levels of the value chain. Discussing some of these challenges, cotton farmers mentioned assessing capital and improved seedlings as the major issue, while the industrialist has to grapple with shortage of electric power and spare parts for industrial machines. At the end of the ladder is the big issue of globalization of marketing textile goods, as local manufacturers have smuggling of foreign textile goods and unfavorable economic policies to deal with. All this, they say, militates against goals of the industry.
We have worked closely, we have seen the challenges, for instance, in planting material. And we decided, okay, let's go for the best seed available to us, which was the Meiko Bulgar 2 seeds, hybrid seeds.
Mahiko BG2 hybrids are the first hybrids in Nigeria. More than hybrids, these are with the Bulgar 2 technology, which will give resistance to the bollworm complex. The plants can protect themselves from the bollworms such as African bollworm, tobacco caterpillar, then pink bollworm. From these three bollworms, the plant can protect itself. So the pesticide sprays are minimized. And we expect the policy makers and various stakeholders to enable more and more farmers to adopt this seed.
The key players in the industry remain optimistic of improvements in the Nigerian textile industry, beginning with improved seedlings and techniques for cotton production, exploration of international markets, reintroduction of measures to regulate importation of foreign textile goods, investment in long-term ventures backed by scientific innovation, government trust funds, grants to encourage Nigerians to diversify their investment into the textile and allied industry.
For us, we want to ensure that the National Cotton Association of Nigeria, that was established as the apex body, not just for cotton farmers, but for the CTG sector, that we begin to play the role that we were established to play, the mandate that we have. This that you can see today and in other parts of Nigeria is proof to all and sundry that we are serious and a serious association, and that we have a mission and a mandate to collaborate with the federal government of Nigeria through the Central Bank of Nigeria to ensure that CTG sector is revived.
With Business 24, Alika Opanachi, Arua.
It's now time for the CEO of the week. Who is this enterprise and chief executive, and what does she do? I met with her a while ago. I must tell you, her line of business is simply amazing. The non-oil sector now contributes about 90% to the nation's GDP. So says Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed. An indication that President Muhammadu Buhari's diversification drive of the economy is on the move. I will be talking to you about a business that sure has a fraction of the 90% contribution to the GDP. On today's edition of the CEO, I will be introducing to you a manufacturer of fashion accessories here in Abuja. manufacturers of bags, shoes, wares, and any fashion accessory you can think of. Join me to meet her. How's everything?
Very well.
Okay.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you.
For bags.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
On the CEO segment today, I will be introducing to you Madam Chinweze Ezenwa, the CEO of Leluk here in Abuja. Madam, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay. Briefly, I want you to tell us about Leluk.
Well, thank you very much for the visit. Leluk is a limited liability company registered in 1985 with the sole aim of using African fabrics to promote our cultural heritage. And we have been doing that with the production of bags. And we have always believed that if you cannot wear it, carry it. Most people all over the world use what they have to promote their culture. So we decided to use Adire Ashoke and Ankara to tell the world who we are through bags.
What brought about this vision of using our traditional fabrics to produce bags, hats, and the rest of it?
Well, like I said, while I was a young lady growing up in Canada, most people wanted to be just wearing English wear, and they wouldn't want to have anything to do with their own cultural attire. We were all copying the Western clothing. But at some point, I discovered that those people from Kenya, Ghana, India, they dress in their cultural attires, and even when the weather is very cold, you still see them in their saris. So I decided, well, why can't we wear our own? They said it's not weather conducive. I said, okay, whenever I get an opportunity of going back to Nigeria, I'm going to now turn the clothing into bags. So at least coming out of Africa, you will be identified with something.
Okay, you've been in this business for some years now, and working in an environment, producing in an environment such as this, that is producing in Nigeria. How has business been? What's your experience like?
Well, I'll say it's a mixed bag. You win some, you lose some. It hasn't been rosy. And particularly a woman in a man's world, it's tough. Bag making is tough business because you need to move things, you need to, operate some machines that are just not gender sensitive sometimes. And you have to battle with power supply, logistics problem, funding, mindset, because it takes one to want to carry something that is not one of those brand names you have abroad, Louis Vuitton, Prada, or Chanel. So I had to battle a lot of people to make them realize that Leluk can also become a brand, African brand that you should be proud of.
Yes. What will you consider your major challenge doing this business?
A lot of capacity gap. And because of that, scaling up can become an issue. So I also did something about that. I had to think about setting up an academy where I can conquer that challenge by training younger people, giving them a sense of belonging, empowering them, teaching them skills and the techniques of bag making. Got back from South Africa, from intra-African trade fair, through the kind exposure by Nigerian Export Promotion Council. And I was able to syndicate some partners there so that we will be moving very soon our products into South Africa.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
and
that's great.
Rwanda, and we are also talking to some Egyptians so that we can start collaborating.
Some people may be watching, especially the younger ones, and they will be impressed at this, at your products and what you are saying, how you started, how you scaled through some of those challenges. What is the advice you will be given today, supposing someone wants to venture into this type of business?
I discovered that a lot of youths are focusing on making money. You focus on learning the trade and doing it well. Once they do that, the sky is their limit.
Okay, let's talk more about your academy now.
We have 2 centers right now. We have in Abuja at Lugbe, along the airport road. That's the main campus. Then we have 2 satellite campuses in Lagos and in Enugu. So we had just graduated our first batch of students through the collaborative effort of UNFPA, and Spotlight Initiative, and Youth Hub Africa.
Before we continue, let's just take a tour of the showroom. Let's appreciate these beautiful products that you have here.
This material is a triple material made of leather, denim, and Ankara. These are tough materials, you know, and they can weather any storm, anything, whatever.
This is really beautiful.
Yes.
And I think
these are small purses, you know, because we have a lot of tourists, and the cosmetic purses for women and for young people, you know, for all ages actually, you know. Hold on.
I've actually been seeing them. I never knew they are Nigerian.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
they are. These are our box bags, overnight cases, foldable. You can always, you know, spend the night somewhere. You just fold it again and tuck it away in your suitcase. Yes.
This is nice.
So whenever you need to use it,
just bring it
you
out.
can bring it out and just, you know,
expand it,
and you can actually,
and you
know,
the go.
yes, you can just carry it and go put it on in the plane. Yes.
Really lovely.
Yeah. I designed this bag when I turned 69.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So how old are you
I'm
now?
70 years old.
Seriously?
Yes.
That is interesting.
So this is C69. It's one of our top bags. I mean, in South Africa, they ordered a lot of these bags. So we'll be shipping them out very soon.
Now, do you have difficulties getting your materials? I mean, the ones that are not Ankara.
Yes, I do. You know, so that's where we like to get, you know, help from the central bank on this forex issue, because without foreign exchange, importation becomes difficult. It's not everything you can source locally. So we are hoping that they can eliminate middlemen so we can go directly and source what we need. And we don't really need that much. So, but to get it through the middlemen, you know, it makes the prices very prohibitive.
Yeah, but now the Central Bank of Nigeria has said that you should approach your bank for your foreign exchange.
It's easier said than done. I mean, somebody should take a walk and follow somebody to go and try to get those things there. You'll be able to know whether it's that easy. It's not easy.
Okay. Are you taking advantage of some of these funding initiatives by the federal government through development banks and Central Bank of Nigeria?
Oh, yes. I have to say that for the first time since I started business, this is the best administration as far as my business and funding is concerned. Initially, it was a challenge. But when this government came in, through the CBN, we got some funding. Through Nigerian Export Promotion Council, Export Expansion Facility, we also got some help. And we hope and pray that we'll continue to get it. But the banks the commercial banks must really rise up to the occasion. Government cannot do it all. But kudos to this administration. I must say they have done well for us.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I can see another thing here. That's beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
Can I try it on?
Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. This is Lagos, Here I Come.
Oh, yeah.
That's the name.
Lagos, Here I Come.
This is Lagos.
Okay. So this is made of Ankara fabric.
Yes.
Are your prices competitive?
More than competitive. I think our bags, considering their quality, is one of the cheapest in town. If you look around,
Okay.
we don't have anything that is pocket heavy. You know, they are affordable. And we have functional bags for all members of the family. So we want to scale it up. We want committed youths, women and girls, to come to Leluk and seek knowledge on this trade. We are ready to help them so that the future will be brighter for Nigeria.
Okay. Madam, I must say congratulations on this beautiful work of yours.
Thank
and it's
you.
a pleasure to have you on our show.
Thank you.
I must tell you that the products are amazingly beautiful, and it beats my imagination that they are all proudly Nigerian. She shared part of her secrets. Start little and then grow in it. Then pay attention to details and pay attention to quality and standard. You can always pick any of the products for yourself by locating them at FAB Mall, Suits 40, Suits A40, FAB Mall, Area 11, Gariki, Abuja. Thank you for being part of the show. It's time to join Professor Uche Waleke for the Capital Markets Review.
It's been mixed performance, for the week, just as we saw the previous week. 3 days of gain, 2 days of losses, but of course, it's way more on the positive side. So for this week, week on week, we are talking about a positive performance. We are talking about a gain of 2.31%. So the market, the equities market, appreciated by 2.31%, just as we saw the previous week. In the previous week, you recall that appreciation was 0.56%. So overall, one can say that at the end of the day, the bulls, had the upper hand. Usually, when the market, goes up, we say bargain hunting is responsible. You have, more demand than supply. And then when the market is down, it's a case of, profit taking. You find the investors selling. So we saw profit taking on Wednesday, and we also seen profit taking on Friday. The market is ending on a negative note. We are witnessing a depreciation of 0.11% on for Friday. We also had a depreciation for Wednesday. But as I said, overall, it's a positive performance because of the strong gains that were recorded, especially on Tuesday. You find that the all-share index once again crossed the 47,000 mark. You also find that overall market sentiment has been positive. We've had, on the average, more gainers, than losers, overall. And it's also interesting to, to point out that the year-to-date return is still above 10%. As a matter of fact, it's around 10.69%, even though is still below the inflation rate of 15.4. But at least one can say there has been an improvement since the year began in equities performance. And I expect that going into next week, this mixed performance, would also, continue.
That's Business 24 for this week. Thank you so much for being part of it. I am Shikeola Ikwenaye. See you next time and urging you to keep safe and keep talking business.